CID-TV News Brief, Community News and Weather Forecast, I'm Donna Bush. Hundreds of representatives from the financial services industry attended an update event held by the Ministry of Financial Services on Friday morning. An overview was given on the first quarter as well as updates on beneficial ownership and international tax cooperation. Financial Services Minister, the Honourable Tara Rivers, explains more.
The ministry works very closely and cooperatively with the industry through the process of convening various working groups for specific areas, sectors, and legislation affecting financial services industry. But we thought it was important to give the wider industry, and that is the over 400 plus people that was in attendance today, giving the industry practitioners an opportunity to hear directly from the ministry and the various departments about some of the legislative changes, some of the operational efficiencies, and other details that are pertinent and relevant to what they do on a day-to-day basis in order to try to ensure that they're kept abreast with what's happening from the kind of policy as well as regulatory perspective of financial services to better enable them to be service providers to the jurisdiction, to the clients that they serve.
Premier the Honourable Alden McLaughlin also attended the event where he made remarks early in the morning. Well, the Department of Environmental Health collected more than 700 tons of unusable items during its annual bulk waste campaign in 2019. The types of materials collected were varied, and scrap metal derelict vehicles were sorted and separated from the other general waste. Overall, the DEH teams supported by the NICE project collected all types of old household goods, furniture, vegetation, derelict vehicles, scrap metal, wood and construction DIY garbage from across Grand Cayman and the sister islands. Now, DEH wishes to inform the public that there may remain small, isolated piles of materials left by persons. At this time, the department, they say, is still in the process of identifying and clearing these up during normally scheduled rounds. Meantime, the Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure recently appointed Darby Whitaker and Leah Watson to new positions within the ministry. Mr. Whitaker will now serve as the Deputy Director of Service Delivery in the Computer Services Department, with responsibility for all aspects of information systems, user experience across the Cayman Islands government. He will provide strategic management and administrative support to the Director of Computer Services, with oversight for service management and integration of data center and network services, data management, desktop support services, and service desk management. Mr. Whitaker has over 30 years of information technology experience. Ms. Leah Watson is now a policy assistant within the ministry. In her new role, she will assist with the delivery of commissioned projects, undertake research activities, and support the administration of projects and policy development. Ms. Watson previously served as executive officer. Whitaker and Watson are both described as outstanding Caymanians who are hardworking and capable professionals. We say congratulations to them. Now for a check on other community stories making Radio Cayman headlines this Friday. The Ritz-Carlton Grand Cayman Blue Restaurant by Eric Repair comes in at number 8 of the 50 best restaurants in the Caribbean's list. That's the Caribbean Journal's list. Now, that's according to the latest rating released in the Caribbean Journal, whose staff say this year's edition of the 50 Best Caribbean Restaurants, the product of hundreds of meals across the far reaches of the Caribbean, retains their core criteria, which is food, service, and ambience. Now, the 3 pillars, which are the foundation of any great restaurant, they say. Margaritaville's Eating House 1503, owned by renowned Hawaiian chef Roy Yamaguchi, took the 39th spot on the 50th best list. For more details on this and other stories making Radio Cayman headlines, you can check out their website, radiocayman.com.ky, for more community news. And turning now to the weather forecast from the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. Strong easterly winds and rough seas will continue for the next 24 hours as a high-pressure system moves over the western Atlantic Ocean with a tight pressure gradient across the northwest Caribbean. Today's high temperature reached 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers were expected. Winds are from the east at 20 to 25 knots, and the sea conditions are rough with wave heights of 6 to 8 feet, with swells affecting the east coast of the Cayman Islands. Remember, you can go online to weather.gov.ky for the latest forecast, which can also be found on their Facebook page and on the Weather Radio dial 107.9 FM. Remember, they also have an app that you can download, CINWS. And that's the latest from us here at CIJ Television for this week. If you happen to have missed today's news brief or during the week, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page or the CIJ Television YouTube channel. I'm Donna Bush, thanking you for joining us, wishing you a wonderful and safe weekend, and hoping you'll join us back here again on Monday. Until then, bye-bye for now. Staff and invited dignitaries attended the ribbon-cutting ceremony marking the end of Phase 1 of the Department of Vehicle and Equipment Services redevelopment.
Today we host this event to officially open the Department of Vehicle and Equipment Services new admin building. The move from DVS's 43-year-old facility to this new home is quite a momentous occasion for all of us. So from this new space, they will be able to provide their employees and also clients with a better overall environment to get work done in an efficient and effective manner. So I'm extremely happy for the director, Stephen Quinlan, and the entire team.
To dream the impossible dream. To build on an unbuildable site. To bear with unbearable patience, to long for a much bigger space, to be blessed so much to work with those both here and afar, to run on a path seldomly taken, to reach the unreachable star. This is our quest, to follow our star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far. To fight for the right without question or pause, to be able to help out mankind with a life-changing cause. And because of your generous gift for this glorious quest, the lives of so many will be better off yet. So today, I stand before you, a man touched with joy in his heart, who feels unbelievably thankful that you are helping DVS reach that unreachable star.
Ceremony to officially open the new office administration building that will accommodate the Department of Vehicle Equipment Services, DVES. A major priority of this government is to provide a safe, modern, and comfortable working environment for the hard-working members of the civil service. And today, we are able to realize this goal with a 8,734 square feet, two-story building that will integrate employees, stores, and the management fleet. I know that this had been a dream of the department and the ministry for quite a while. And in preparing for our budget, and I took my tour after taking office, I noticed that the working conditions were less than ideal for our staff here. And so along with the cabinet, we remained committed to providing the necessary resources to ensure that this project would move forward. The improvements that we now witness will enhance staff productivity and customer experience, all of which will contribute to the stable, effective, and accountable government for which we strive. We will also reap the benefits of inventory management and control, which we anticipate will lead to reduced capital expenditure for the department, ministry, and ultimately the government. DVES is a unique facility and department. It is well known that it administers fuel to our fleet throughout the government's using the fuel facility behind us, and it provides the overall maintenance of the government vehicles. However, some of you may not know the extent of the services that this department provides. It is the only facility across our islands which service every aspect of our vehicle and equipment needs, from a small weed whacker to a 40-ton truck to a 70-ton car crusher and compaction equipment at the landfill. So it is truly remarkable, given the government's 1,000 plus vehicles and equipment, that it is all managed by this relatively small department and often forgotten technical team. After completion of phase 2 of DVES's redevelopment plan, with construction set to start in the first quarter of next year, these competent mechanics will be able to put their training to good use in a modern, state-of-the-art service bay.
On the day, officials were also given a tour of the new building as part of the celebration.
The Esterly-Tibbetts Highway 3-lane roundabout is ready for drivers. It's time to make sure you know how to use it. First, know which exit you need to take. Pay attention to lane arrows and signs. Make sure you use your signal to change lanes or exit the roundabout. To turn left, you always approach in the left-hand lane and indicate left. To drive straight ahead, you need to be looking out for signs and road markings indicating which lane to use. Get in one of the lanes marked with a straight-through arrow. If turning right, you must use the right-hand lane and indicate accordingly. To use the roundabout safely, remember these 3 tips. Know your exit, pick your lane, and signal to make your turn.
The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service has launched a new service to apply for a police clearance certificate online. To make this process quick and easy, ensure you have digital copies of all required documents readily available. At a minimum, you'll need a copy of your passport photo page. Our website lists the full requirements. If you are using an Apple iOS or Android mobile device, you can use the camera to take photos of these documents while completing your application. After you have read the instructions and are ready to start, type in the alphanumeric string from the CAPTCHA image and click the green button that says Start Application. If you can't read the letters and numbers properly, click Can't Read Image below the photo to try again. To complete your application, you will follow 5 simple steps. These are shown at the top of each page, and the blue circle will always show where you are right now. Enter the requested data in each field. All fields marked with an asterisk are required. Each field has some help information, and please pay attention to the correct format for dates and telephone numbers in particular. When selecting your birthday, you can also use the calendar feature. If a field has a drop-down list, you can scroll through alphabetically or start typing to find the correct option. you will be asked to enter your email address twice to ensure it's correct. This is the address we will use to send you a confirmation email and receipt. Once you have entered all of the required information, click Next at the bottom of the screen. If you click the Cancel Application button at any stage in the process, you will lose everything you've entered so far and be returned to the home page. On this page, answer the questions about past offenses, provide details if relevant, and then click Next. In this step, you will select the type of service being requested and details of the person applying, as well as anyone who might pick up the certificate on his or her behalf. If you select certain options, more information may be required at this stage or later in the process when you are uploading your documents. Finally, select the reasons you are applying and then click Next. If you make a mistake, use the drop-down menu to change the reason or click the red X to delete a line. Remember, if you click the Cancel Application button at any stage in the process, you will lose everything you've entered so far and be returned to the home page. If you need to go back to a previous page to review or change data you already entered, you can use the Back button. You can also navigate through the process using the links at the top of the page. On this page, you will be asked for the relevant digital documents to support your application. On each line, click the Upload icon, select the correct file, and then click Upload. Repeat this process for each document. Based on the information you've already entered, this page will tell you the basic documents required. However, please remember to read the guidance notes to ensure you've included everything for your particular application. You can click the Upload More Documents button if you need to add more files, using the Comments field to briefly explain the additional documents you are submitting. If you go back to previous sections after uploading documents and make changes that affect these requirements, you may need to re-upload your documents. This is the final page before submission. Please review all information provided to ensure it is accurate and complete. You won't be able to change anything on this page, but you can use the Back button or the links at the top of the page to return to earlier pages and update any field. By submitting this application, you are declaring that the information provided is accurate and truthful. If you are satisfied with your application, click Proceed to Online Payment. You may need to allow pop-ups and then click the button again to show the payment screen where you will enter your debit or credit card information. The Cayman Islands government accepts Visa and MasterCard, and you can use a debit or credit card issued anywhere in the world. Payment will be processed in Cayman Islands dollars for local service, and in United States dollars for overseas service. If you have questions about any exchange rate that will be used, or foreign currency transaction fees, please contact the bank that issued your card. The Cayman Islands government will not receive or retain your card information. Once your online payment has been authorized, you can view and print your receipt. Click Continue to return to our webpage for details on pickup date and time. If there is an issue with your application and we have to contact you for more information, your application may be delayed. You will also receive a confirmation email with this information and your official receipt. Please remember to bring your passport for identification when you collect your certificate from the Criminal Records Office.
The Esterly Tibbetts Highway 3-lane roundabout is ready for drivers. It's time to make sure you know how to use it. First, know which exit you need to take. Pay attention to lane arrows and signs. Make sure you use your signal to change lanes or exit the roundabout. To turn left, you always approach in the left-hand lane and indicate left. To drive straight ahead, you need to be looking out for signs and road markings indicating which lane to use. Get in one of the lanes marked with a straight-through arrow. If turning right, you must use the right-hand lane and indicate accordingly. To use the roundabout safely, remember these 3 tips. Know your exit, pick your lane, and signal to make your turn.